Welcome to The Big Give, everybody. The Big Give is back and it's better than ever.
Hi, Josh.
Hi, Julie. We're with the foundation.
I'm Julie.
If you didn't guess, Julie Saxenmeyer, Josh McCready. We're with Foundation for Baltimore County Public Library, and The Big Give kicks off today. What is The Big Give, Julie?
Well, let me tell you, Josh. The Big Give is a dedicated season of giving to bolster the foundation's support of Baltimore County Public Library. It is a chance to make a big difference.
And in case you don't know what the foundation does, we provide funds and above and beyond the limitations of public funding to enrich the library's commitment to empower the citizens of Baltimore County to explore, learn, create, and connect.
And every penny donated between today, May 1st, through June 30th, which is the end of our fiscal year, will go toward library programs and services.
So that means no overhead, no salaries, and no fancy fundraising expenses. 100% goes to make an impact on our community. We'll be talking about a few examples of services and things we've supported around the library today. So stick around to find out more.
And we'd like to take this opportunity to thank our generous community partners, M&T Bank and Brown Advisory. Thank you very much for your support.
Yes, thank you so much. And additionally, for every donation you make between now and June 30th, you'll be entered into a drawing to win an exclusive guided tour of the Library of Congress for up to 6 people, 1 entry per donation. And they don't really do guided tours much anymore. So this is like a really cool opportunity for you and your friends or your family.
Yeah. And the winner also receives a copy of America's Greatest Library, which is here. You can find more details about the tour and the contest on our website, foundationforbcpl.org. And I'm assuming I'm not eligible to win this.
Probably not us, but
Yeah.
I think, anybody else in the library probably could. So there may be competition. So make sure.
I mean, if you have 6 spots, just consider me for one of them.
It is a really neat opportunity. There are some restrictions, though. So definitely go check out those contest rules on the website, foundationforbcpl.org. And if you donate right now while we're live, we'll double your entries into the contest. So you get 2 entries per donation while we're live only. So if you're watching this later, sorry you missed out. You can still enter, though. 2 entries for every donation, and we'll give you a shout out live also if you donate while we're live. We'll be doing that in a few minutes after we talk to our first guest. So head on to the foundation for bcpl.org now and make your gift.
Well, the first person we're going to talk to is we're going to talk about long-term lending. One of the services Foundation is proud to support is and really fund is the long-term lending program here at BCPL. Our first guest today is Alex Hauff, the manager of our Digital Equity and Virtual Services Department. Alex is making her way from Scotland.
Actually, just in the back of the room.
Oh, okay.
But I did come from Scotland
She
yesterday.
was in Scotland. She flew in especially for this, and we really appreciate your dedication.
Yep.
So, Alex, welcome.
Thanks. Hi, Julie.
Hi.
How are you?
Why don't you tell us what the long-term lending program is?
The long-term lending program allows us to provide internet connectivity through routers for customers who qualify. We used our qualification basis on the Affordable Connectivity Program, which is for maybe 2 more weeks, a federally funded program for $30 off internet a month for people who qualified. So we did the same kind of thing with our routers. You can borrow a router or a Chromebook or both for up to 6 months while we help you get connected to an ISP or another internet service provider.
And the router provides internet access, high-speed internet access
Correct.
in the person's home,
Correct.
right? And it
In the
connects up to how many devices?
30 devices.
Yeah.
30 devices. So it's a little bit more robust than our hotspots, which is kind of nice. And it's obviously a longer term. And thanks to the foundation's generosity, we were able to get 150 of those routers. They're all checked out.
Yeah.
And we have a very significant wait list for them, especially as news of the lack of funding for the Affordable Connectivity Program got out.
Yeah.
Our phones have been ringing off the hook. So all of our Chromebooks are out, all of our LTE routers are out, and we could really use a boost on that. So that was my shameless plug.
That was a shame. It was not, I would say not shameless, because it's a very important program.
It is.
And so can you tell us a little bit about the impact this has had on the communities that we've served with this program?
We've talked to a lot of people, over the course of the last year. We've really, we started this program, I guess, in about, April of last year. So it's been in play for a year. There was a little bit a slow start, but then once it got rolling, it really, really picked up. We have a lot of people who want to take advantage of it. We've had a lot of people tell us that it's really helped them with their telehealth, with their ability to do things at home that they would have to go to the library for. And so now they get to go to the library for books.
Right.
So they can take advantage of all of our ebooks now as well, which they weren't able to do before. Plus, it allows people to have multiple devices connected at a time with very little impact to speeds and throughputs and things like that.
Yeah,
so
high speed internet.
yes,
Yeah.
so it allows people to have students go to class and parents do appointments, and so it's just been a lot. It's been an easier way to handle connectivity issues potentially.
And you touched on this a little bit, but your department has received national recognition on this program, and we were helping to promote the Affordable Connectivity Program last year with the Biden administration sent some people here to.
They did.
I mean, it was a pretty big deal, and so you mentioned the Affordable Connectivity Program. You touched so it has not been reauthorized.
Nope, it has not been refunded. Yes,
potentially will be at some point, but but the people who are connected through that now will not get that discount.
correct.
And will, if it's refunded, they have to reapply. So
Yes.
how does this impact our customers and what we can do for them?
Yeah, so it's an interesting it was an interesting program. It was revolutionary. There's no question about it. And we made a conscious decision as a department and as a system, knowing that there was a potentially an end to the funding. We kind of decided that it was worth it for us to get people connected for as long as we could, to kind of get them to understand what the benefits were of being connected to the internet and how they could participate in society and how they could, do those telehealth appointments, get those digital skills up and running for improved employment opportunities, all kinds of things. I think. Sorry, what was the question?
That's okay.
I just go talking about this all the time.
Again,
So the question was,
well, the lack of ACP.
oh, right.
How will that impact our customers?
So I mean, I think the fact that we are looking at a significant holds list right now. For those of you who don't know, we also circulate hotspots. Our lifetime circulation of hotspots is over 16,000 circulations.
Wow.
And that is huge, but we also now have a wait list of 150 people for our hotspots. So it tells me that there is still a gap. There is still an inclusion problem here when it comes to digital equity. So we're working very hard for that, but we need to have the resources and the abilities to work on digital upskilling, to provide access to customers for long-term lending, more capacity for that. So there's just a lot that still needs to be done, and we're aware of that, and we're constantly asking about it. So I think it's always at the forefront of the work we do.
Right, and the connectivity issues that we have in our county are mostly affordability related, correct?
Yeah, so we do have some interesting geography kind of based connectivity issues, which are primarily in the northern part of the county, which is really more about infrastructure. So the library is really the best equipped to handle things that address the affordability part of connectivity. We know that there are a lot of people living in various pockets of the county that are that could be connected. But their choice is either groceries or internet. Right. And when you're looking at kind of those hierarchy of needs, groceries really kind of comes first. Yeah. But we would like it to be a clear, for people to understand that by having connectivity, you're actually increasing your ability to get to the groceries, to do all of those things. And so really it's kind of a universal need. And I don't think people think of it like that, because we're so used to it.
It's not really it's not an option anymore. It really should be like a utility, like your heat and your water, your phone, because in order to participate fully in society, you really do need to have that connectivity
Yes.
at home. People have phones, and that's one thing, but
Mhm.
there's something about having that connectivity at home that makes you much more likely
Right.
to be able to use it.
Well, and we also understand that the depth of engagement when you're talking about a mobile device is much shallower than if you're talking about an actual device with high-speed connectivity, right? I mean, you can think of the last time you tried to fill out a form on a phone that maybe had lower levels of connectivity than what you would normally get in,
Right.
in a high-speed internet situation.
Right.
So it's not fun.
So ACP has bipartisan support.
It does.
And
It does.
you know, across the spectrum, rural,
Mhm.
urban, it really why it's sitting in Congress right now is a question. So after you make your donation to the foundation, if you want to just stay online,
Right.
hit up your member of Congress and say, let's get
Mhm.
this renewed, because it's important. It's a
It
very
is.
important program
It
for
is.
millions of people in our country.
Millions of people.
Yeah.
23 million.
23 million, is that the
Mhm. I
number of
think that
people?
was the last number I saw that said that was a number of people who are taking advantage of ACP.
Wow.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, we can only do so much about that, but we are we did actually advocate for people to reach out to their members of Congress on that.
Absolutely.
But for us, the long-term lending is amazing. The hotspots, and you've mentioned it a few times. I think people know what a hotspot is, but it's a wireless,
Mhm.
basically a router that you can take with you anywhere and
Right.
and get internet.
Yeah,
on-
and we connect. You can connect up to 15 devices with it, but we only loan those for 21 days. And because of the large holds list we have on those right now, those aren't renewable. So people get them for 3 weeks at a time, and then potentially they don't have them again until the next time they come up on the hold list. So we have people who are serial borrowers
Mhm.
of those, and that is. Again, that's kind of a stopgap for universal connectivity, and it's something that we have a lot of people who are using these hotspots for hosting movie nights in their backyard, which is fantastic, and that's great. But we also have a lot of people who are using these as their sole source of connectivity, and that is something that we really like to address. We'd like to make it so that you don't have to worry about that. That's kind of just it's just a given that your house is connected. And so I think we're talking about getting people who are potentially living in isolated circumstances to be able to communicate online. I mean, there's just a lot of reasons that it's important that people are connected.
Right. Well, we're trying to fill in that gap here, and
Mhm.
we have our limitations, but I
Mhm.
know that Alex and her team, and really our entire library staff,
Mhm.
get into the community, find out needs. We try to fill in where we can, and
Yep.
this is a really important program. So
Yeah, and we're really grateful. So thanks.
thanks. So
Mhm.
why don't you hit up foundationforbcpl.org? You get those 2 entries for the
Mhm.
Library of Congress tour and this book, and you can help us help the people in our county who need it the most.
Yep. Thank you.
Alex, thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks for flying in,
Anytime.
especially for this.
Thank you.
It's such a great program.
Yeah, and
it
we're-
really is. So
We're lucky to
important.
have Alex and her team at the library. They're wonderful, and they really get out in the community, find out what's going on, and try to meet those needs. And it's really, that one's a big one. I mean, internet connectivity is a huge one.
Yeah, huge. Even down here, we're in the basement of our building right now, and so my connectivity is a little bit slower. But I did just see a gift pop up
Oh.
while we were standing here, so wanted to do a couple shout outs to some people who've given already this morning. Thank you, Douglas Williams, who just gave as we were standing here.
Thank you,
We
Douglas.
appreciate your support so much. Shout out to Susan Waxter, also made a gift, and Joel Cansiper. Thank you so much. We appreciate your support. Keep those gifts coming in. We'll give you a shout out. And all of you got 2 entries into our giveaway. So congratulations.
Congrats. Good luck.
Yes. By the way, I really like your t-shirt.
Hey, I like yours too.
Oh, did you see the back of it?
Wait. So if you happen to run into a BCPL staff member or maybe one of our board members over the next 2 months, and if you want to give, but I don't know the website. Oh my gosh, how easy is this? You just get out your phone, you scan the QR code, and this worked earlier, I promise. Turn a little bit this way. Okay.
So, there you go.
Oh, look at that.
Pops right up.
It popped right up.
So That's an easy way to give. If you see one of our staff members wearing these out and about, or one of our board members, you may just see someone wearing one of these Ask Me About the Big Give shirts.
And it's a big logo.
Yeah, you can't miss it. But if if you don't see one of us, you can still go to BCPL, foundationforbcpl.org,
Right.
and make a donation. While we're talking about our generous donors, we want to give one more shout out to our very generous community partners, Brown Advisory, M&T Bank, Baltimore County Employees Federal Credit Union, and Southway Builders for sponsoring the Big Give so far this year. We appreciate your support so much. And you're making these programs like long-term lending and some of the other things we'll talk about in a few minutes possible. So thank you so much for your support.
Thank you. And this year, we have also partnered with a couple of local breweries to bring you Brews for the Big Give.
Absolutely. Brews for the Big Give is just a series of events we are doing around the county just to help support. Some breweries have come on and offered some very generous partnerships. And one of those is Pools Island Brewing Company in Middle River. They've generously donated 10% of their total profits from their tap room and pizza truck every Tuesday in May.
That's
So,
awesome.
It really is. So thank you. We're shouting out Pools Island Brewing Company. But come see us there. We're going to be there every Tuesday night in May.
Yep.
There will even
Will there be live music?
there will be
From the Wafflers.
the Wafflers.
On Tuesday, May 21st from 6:30 to 7:30. And in addition to the great beer and pizza and live music, we'll have giveaways every Tuesday at Pools Island, including the Big Give pint glasses, which are not in yet, but trust me, they're awesome. And signed copies of Lisa Scottolini's brand new novel, The Truth About the Devlins While Supplies Last.
Yeah, this just came out in April, so it's hot off the presses. She's sent us book plates with her signature. So anyone that comes out and visits us at Pools Island every Tuesday in May can get a copy of Lisa Scottolini's new book.
We're good friends with her now.
She's awesome. She
Yeah.
just did an event with us, and she was just the nicest person. We had
And
such
hilarious.
a blast with her. Yeah,
Yeah. If you ever have a chance to see her in person, I recommend it.
absolutely. Maybe we'll catch her on her next tour. She
Yeah.
was a lot of fun.
She's a very prolific writer, so
Yeah.
I'm sure she'll be around maybe next year.
But while we are talking about breweries, also be sure to mark your calendars for Friday, June 28th. That's a little bit away, so mark the calendar so you remember. We'll be kicking off the final weekend of the Big Give with an event at BC Brewery in Hunt Valley. They're also donating 10% of their profits that evening to the Big Give, and we'll have more giveaways while supplies last.
They are a longtime supporter of the foundation. We
Yes.
appreciate their support. Head on up to Hunt Valley. It's right on a light rail line, so if you don't want to drive,
Yeah.
take public transportation. Yeah.
Easy.
So we'll be making a few more stops in June as well. On June 1st, you can find us at the SRC Summer Reading Challenge kickoff at our Cockeysville branch from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Stop by our table for giveaways to enter a raffle for some great prizes.
And then during that last week of June, June 24th through the 29th, the foundation will be popping up at branches all around the county with even more giveaways. You can find the full schedule on our website, foundationforbcpl.org.
That's a big couple of months.
It is a lot going on that last week, especially. So
Yeah.
come out and join us.
All right. Well, we have come to our last guest, and certainly not least. We have Marlon Norton, the Mobile Engagement Administrator for our Adult and Community Engagement Department. I'm not sure how all that fits on a business card. That's a very fancy title, Marlon.
Yeah, it does not fit. It's an extra large business card.
Marlon she manages our adult bookmobiles and the Mobile Library Support Center. Welcome. Thank you for
Yes.
joining us today,
Well,
Marlon.
Thank you so much for having me. This
Well,
is so fun.
She didn't come from Scotland, but
No.
I still
I came
appreciate
from
your
across the
dedication.
hall.
Yeah, down the hall.
Yeah.
So the Mobile Library Support Center is a new addition to our
Yes.
kind of our fleet of services
Yes.
and vehicles, but it was fully funded by the foundation.
Mhm. Yep.
What is a Mobile Library Support Center, and what kind of services will it offer?
Oh, that's a great question because it is sort of a newer service for us. And it's one that's sort of a little newer for libraries too. If you could imagine a resource fair that happens, monthly in a space of need in a Baltimore area community, say a shelter or, maybe a food pantry where folks clearly have things that would be helpful say connectivity is one major item for sure. That's what this service is. So once a month, we go to 5 different spaces in Baltimore community or the Baltimore County community. And we try and partner with organizations that offer services that might be helpful in those spaces. So shout out to Love in the Trenches, maybe I could do.
Yeah, sure.
Love in the Trenches is an organization that teaches people how to use Narcan
Oh,
in
wow.
cases where somebody has overdosed.
Mm.
And then they also give out that Narcan. They came to one of our community spaces, the Love Thy Neighbor Food Pantry in Essex. And the first time they were there, they ran out of Narcan. They were
Wow.
so very used in that space and definitely welcome. We also have one of Alex's team that comes to visit some of our spaces as well. And in the Eastern Family Resource Center, they signed up 2 people for the long-term lending program.
Wow.
Wait list, unfortunately,
Yeah.
like she was saying. So hopefully they'll get that service soon. But that's kind of what we try and do is bring services into spaces where folks have needs.
So, and you really touched on this, but
Oh,
why, why is it so important? The people
Mhm.
that you see are, why is it so important to bring those services to them?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Because, we do have spaces in Baltimore County. Our library branches are spaced in areas that are sort of intentional, right? They're
Mhm.
in spots where we're hoping to see people. However, not everybody can make it to the branch. Not everybody can make it when it's open. Some people couldn't even make it, if we were to expand our hours because they just don't have the capacity to be able to get there.
Right.
Right. So it's important for the library to be able to bring our services, partnerships, all the benefits that we offer into spaces where people are. And that's really what I do. And, with the bookmobile as
Right.
well, which we've talked about. So definitely bringing services into the community is a definitely a big need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So you said 5 times a month?
Yeah.
So
Currently
how-
5 times a month. Yep.
When and where? And I guess you can tell people how to find the schedule.
Yeah, our schedule is up on the bcpl.info website. That's where you can find all of our resources. You would look up under the events and look up Mobile Library Support Center, and you'd be able to find us there.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
This was originally a different kind of vehicle.
Yeah.
It was for legal services.
Yep, absolutely.
And so we've kind of pivoted
Yeah,
because of the increasing need in the other areas that you've mentioned. So I'm really proud of what you guys came up with to replace that legal
Mhm.
service, and it's really important. So
Awesome.
thanks for all
Yeah,
you
thank
do, and
Yeah.
hit up foundationforbcpl.org
Yes.
and make a donation, and
Yeah.
you can support a great
Yeah.
program like this.
Yeah, we're very grateful because the money that was used for the vehicle has really allowed this entire thing to take place. I mean, without the vehicle to serve as the hub for our community connector, for our hub, we wouldn't really be able to do the work that we're doing at all. So
Great.
grateful. Yes.
Well, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks for all you do.
Yeah, thank you.
And all right. See, you can go back down the hall now.
We didn't touch on this much, but even the regular bookmobile
Oh,
that goes
yeah.
to the senior centers, that
Right.
the service that brings to people that can't physically make it to the library, it's all just so important.
And then we also have a youth and family engagement,
Yes.
mobile engagement group, and they visit, daycare centers and
Neighborhoods,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we are really lucky in this system to have. I always say this when we do these events, these programs, but the people who work in this system, and I'm not just saying that because I work here, but they're just so dedicated to come up with the best ideas. They really do try to meet the needs of our customers. They learn about what's happening around the country and they kind of tailor it to what we need in Baltimore County. And we're very fortunate in this county to have just the people that work here and the services we offer. And
Truly are.
the foundation is really honored to support those.
Yeah,
those
That's why we're
programs. So,
here. That's why we exist. We're here to support the services of the library and,
Yeah.
and make them more robust
Mhm.
beyond what public funding is able to.
Yep.
We're very blessed to be in an area where we do have great public funding, but
We
there's
do.
still things that it doesn't cover. So we enable these things that are just extra, or these big projects to come to fruition. So we're really happy to do that.
And extra doesn't mean that it's superfluous. It means
Right, yeah.
it's extra things that we actually our customers need.
Yeah.
So it's we're really fortunate to be able to support these things, and
Absolutely.
we depend on our donors. So we hope you can consider making a gift between now and June 30th, and you'll be entered to win not only this book, but the tour of the Library of Congress for 6 people, and really 5 if you bring me.
Julie's really pushing for that. So
I mean,
hope you
it's-
like Julie.
It seems like the odds are low that will happen, but I might as well just put it out
You
there.
never know who's going to win. You never know. My phone is lagging, so I don't know if anyone has given in the last 10 or 15 minutes. If so, I'm sorry we can't give you a shout out. I don't know if anything will come
I
up.
don't see anything coming up, but that
Okay.
doesn't mean anything.
Well, keep it coming in anyway. We appreciate your support.
And
There, literally one popped up as I said that.
Wow.
So shout out to Tori Wright. Thank you, Tori. We really appreciate your support. Thank you.
awesome. Thank you, Tori.
Yes.
I think we're very, convincing.
We hope you think so too.
No, I
Yeah.
honestly, it's the people that have come on and talked. Those are the ones
Yeah.
who are very persuasive. And once again, I'd like to thank our generous community partners, M&T Bank and Brown Advisory.
Absolutely. We really appreciate that support. And also remember, our spring collection is still available on our Be All In Etsy shop. If you haven't visited that before, we have a lot of great library and reading themed t-shirts and tote bags and mugs and really cool merchandise that you can't get anywhere else. It's all exclusive to Baltimore County Public Library. So that's the Be All In shop on Etsy. You can just search that up. And there's some exclusive designs that we have seasonal designs. So they come and go with the seasons. So
Yes.
you only have a short window to get these designs.
Like the spring collection. We have different collections.
Yeah.
Pretty fancy around here. And while you're there, be sure to check out our book club designs as well. Show off your love for your favorite genre.
Yes, we had some. When our graphics department has some amazing artists, and they
Yes.
create all of our designs in-house. So everything you see is 100% unique to our library system. You can't get it anywhere else. And they just did a whole book club series. So there's like romance lovers and mystery lovers and sci-fi and fantasy. So, and if you have a genre you love and you don't see it, let us know. We'll create it for you in the next round.
We're
So,
full
yeah,
service around here.
Absolutely. Well, thank you all for joining us today, who are joining us at home and thank you for our guests here in the studio, Alex Hauff and Marlon Norton. We appreciate you both for dropping in and just talking more about what we're doing out in the community.
Yep. And remember, every penny of your gift between now and June 30th goes to library programs and services. That's 100% impact. Make a big difference and make a donation today at foundationforbcpl.org. Or if you're watching this on a computer, simply scan this QR code on the screen. If you see me around today, I'm not offended if you come up to me and scan my back.
Absolutely. So let's make this big give the biggest ever, and let's make a big impact on our community. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks for joining us.